Hey guys, Islas here, and I watched Goodfellas for the first time in my life. So yeah, I don't know. I recently just got around to watching Goodfellas. I don't know, I just never really watched it before, and I thought I'd make content surrounding it because I can't just go around and like watch a movie for my own personal enjoyment. I have to make content out of it. But yeah, no, seriously. It's a movie that is like one of the classic movies ever made of all time and that like I'd never watched before. And I thought it was a pretty important occasion and I thought it would warrant a video speaking about it. And I mean, yeah, I don't know, like what exactly do you want me to say here? It's good. It's a good movie. So before this, Martin Scorsese, he had made, in terms of like mob movies, he'd made Who's That Knocking on Your Door? Although that's like barely a mob movie. He made Mean Streets, which is a classic, obviously. But I would say that this is his like first like mob movie that's like kind of like an epic of sorts. Those other two movies were, I would kind of describe them as like slice of life mob movies. Like they don't really follow a character throughout their entire life in the mob. And that's basically what this is. This is a following a guy who, from a very young age, he joins the mob and it follows his entire life in the mob. Now, I think the most notable thing about this movie is just how unpleasant it is. I don't know why, but I feel like I'd heard that this movie was like fun or like funny. And I mean it is in moments, but as a whole, this movie is just really dark and depressing, and like you don't really like any of these characters. Like I guess the character that you come closest to liking is probably the wife character, but even then it's just kind of you mostly just kind of feel really bad for her, and yeah, like the whole situation there is just kind of depressing, but I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing because I think that this movie is very much like Martin Scorsese not wanting to romanticize the mob, right? He really wants to make a statement here saying that like no, the mob was shitty, they were shitty people, and this is not like a glamorous life that you would want to live yourself. Because it's like yeah, sure, maybe you'll live a good life, a good glamorous life for a while, but invariably it's gonna come crashing down, right? Whether the police get you or you end up getting taken out by other members of the mob. It's like this just is a shitty life. And yeah, and honestly, like I would say the most important characters that really like bring that message in home is the wife and Joe Pesci's character. Because like the wife, she's just very representative of the fact that this life is awful and this life is just going to tear down the people around you, not only yourself. And with Joe Pesci's character, he's just really a representative of like just how people in the mob, like they're just bad people. They're like they're these savage people that will kill you if you even insult them vaguely. um it's just like it's just such a it's a very unflattering picture of the mob that this movie is. And yeah, and I mean just across the board the cast is really good, the performances are great. Obviously you have Robert De Niro, who I guess in the Irishman, the movie, because I actually did see the Irishman before I watched this one, so it's like it's kind of cool to see that in the Irishman, it's not the it's I don't I'm pretty sure it's not the same character. Like I highly doubt it. But like he's essentially playing the kind of same character that he played in this movie. And that was pretty cool to see. Yeah, he was great. Ray Liotta was great. Joe Pesci was great. Like it's just an incredible cast here. And yeah, and like honestly, I think the biggest compliment that I can give this movie is that it doesn't really feel like it's as long as it is. Like that was one of my biggest complaints with The Irishman, was that like it was long and you could feel its length. With this movie, even though I guess in reality it is like an hour shorter, but even then it still comes in at 2 hours and 28 minutes. Like I never felt myself like checking my phone, seeing what time it was. I was just in it. I was in it, and it was very engrossing. Um, and yeah, like I didn't really notice that 2 hours and 28 minutes went by. It's just in my opinion, a better paced film than The Irishman. So yeah, no, that's basically gonna be it for this movie. I really loved it. I thought it was great. Um, I think it's very much a statement on the mob and just how, just kind of saying that the mob, it was pretty cringe, totally not lay epic, and I think it does that really well. So yeah, it's gonna be it for this video. If you enjoyed it and you would like to see more, please hit that comments button and then comment with your keyboards. Uh, Punch that like button. And if you can, please put that get that that bell, bring it, put it like in the trunk of your car, and then when you realize that it's not dead, go open up the trunk and stab that bell to get notified for other uploads. So I don't know. Bye.